Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. How are we? How are we? Another Rubber Duck Thursdays, and we've got a lot of fun in store for today, if I do say so. Um, we'll be looking in the change logs as normal. We'll be kind of going through what's happened since last week. Um, from there, then, we will be looking across a few different projects. We'll do a little bit of a recap on what we did last week. And then I want to show you something that I was working on Friday, which might be of interest, I think, to a few of you. So that's really my plan for today. Is going through a couple of bits and yeah, just seeing how we get on there. So it's afternoon. Okay, well, might be afternoon where you are, Shashank. We have people all across the globe. I'm based in the UK, so we are about 10:30 in the morning here. So hopefully there's good things in store for the rest of the day. That's what I hope. Um, so that is the plan for us today, anyway. Whether it's your morning, your afternoon, your evening, thank you for joining. And where are you all joining in from? I'm always intrigued because we definitely had some folks from like America at like this time of the day, where it's like super early right now, which always surprises me. Um, but yeah, we'd love to know where everyone's tuning in from. So, I guess first things first, as we jump into the changelog and see everything that's going on. Um, the changelog has had a little bit of a facelift, as you can see here. We'll just go and bring that around. So yeah, the changelog looks very different. And if you are interested in where that is, I have got you covered. That is the link that you want, gh.io/changelog. And let me just, oops, no, we don't want that. I wanted to do that. There we go. So let's move me out the way a sec. So, yeah, it's had quite a facelift. So you can go to the GitHub blog, so github.blog, and then you can go and take a look at the changelog and get there from here. Or, of course, you can use the URL that I've put on screen here as well. So either way works. So this is where GitHub posts all of the latest information in terms of what features are kind of coming out, are being released, improvements, also those things that maybe have been retired as well. So yeah, this is a good page to keep bookmarked and to kind of check through. But we do this every week, so if you're maybe newer to the channel, newer to the show, and this is your first time joining us, welcome. But yeah, this is something we do regularly. So if you want to tune in this time every week, we go through this, then we just do a bit of coding. So that's what it's all about here. And I just saw in the chat, true to form and exactly on time. Hello from New York City. So wow, 5:30 a.m. I guess right now there. So thank you for joining. You know, I expect my energy levels are maybe a little bit higher than yours right now at 5:30 in the morning, but yeah, glad to have you with us. So thank you for being here. So let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from, folks, and what you're working on as well. It's always great to see what you're doing, what kind of projects you're doing. So let's go back and take a look at this then. So, what has happened over the last week? So it's May the 8th today already, somehow. Time seems to be flying by. So let's look back from May the 1st. So the 5.4 reasoning and 5.4 mini reasoning models are now generally available in GitHub models. So those are models from Microsoft. 5.4 reasoning is a model optimized for advanced reasoning in math, science, and coding, ideal for applications such as coding assistance, Gen AI research, and knowledge-intensive problem solving. 5.4 Mini is a lightweight model, multi-step mathematical reasoning, logic-intensive tasks, formal proof generation, etc. So again, if you've not used GitHub Models before already, GitHub Models is a great place where you can go and try out these models because each GitHub user has a certain allowance of requests that you can make through the models in that playground. And so that's a way where you can kind of test out how you might build AI in your own applications. And you can get some sample code there as well and other bits and pieces. So yeah, now 5.4 and 5.4 Mini are generally available. So good to see that. A really nice quality of life update here. Draft pull requests are now available in all repositories. So it used to be the case that I think you had to have GitHub team, I want to say, to create a draft pull request. Whereas now that has changed. GitHub free users can now do that as well in any repository, public or private, and that's now completely free. So a great quality of life update there. So if you're not quite ready for your PR to be reviewed by someone else yet, that's fine. Put it in draft mode, and then you'll be able to flip it ready to review using this button you see on screen here when you're good and ready to do that. So a good quality of life update there. What else have we got? We have got improved accessibility features in the GitHub CLI. So we've introduced new accessibility updates to the GitHub CLI to make workflows more inclusive for developers. Great. Speech synthesis, screen reader support. Excellent. Enhanced prompting and progress indicators provide better context and clarity for users relying on screen readers. That is epic. Optimized color palettes ensure compatibility with terminal preferences, maintaining readability for users with low vision or color blindness. Again, these updates are available in public preview. To start using them, run GH-A11Y. There you go. So, I think it's really important for us all when we're building our software to think about accessibility. So great to see those updates to the GitHub CLI. So hopefully check those out if they are of interest. Right, next up, you can track progress on the code scanning alerts with the new development section. So I guess this follows from, I think it was last week where we talked about it, where there used to be a way where task list would get spun up with alerts, and that has now been retired. So I guess this is the alternate approach where you've got a code scanning alert, there's some kind of pull request associated with it, and then you can go, a bit like on a GitHub issue, you can go and see that pull request linked to that code scanning alert there as well. So I guess that's particularly useful if you're using things like Copilot Autofix, and then you want to see that pull request that is maybe generated by Copilot, or even, if you're doing that manually, just having that end-to-end kind of traceability and flow there. So great to see that. Again, another good quality of life update there. What else have we got? Dependency graph deduplication is now generally available. So yeah, I had a quick scan through this one the other day. The dependency graph, it effectively builds, as it says here, like a kind of a knowledge structure, if you like, of all of the packages, or the packages anyway that your repository's code depends on. And there's certain ways that dependency graph is created. And I think it says it here. Here we go. So dependency graph only displays one instance of each manifest file. User submissions take the highest priority because they're usually created during artifact builds and have the most complete information. If there are multiple manual snapshots, then they keep the first one. Automatic submissions have the next highest precedence, then static analysis takes the lowest precedence. So the dependency graph is the thing that powers SBOM generation. So if you've ever been into the repository insights tab, I think it's the insights tab, and then you go to dependency graph, there's a little button which says export to SBOM. This is the kind of underlying thing that powers that. But also, if you're using Dependabot and you get the security updates, so where Dependabot will just proactively raise a PR and say, hey, you've got this potentially vulnerable dependency in your repo, please patch it to this version. Those features are built upon this dependency graph and rely upon it. So this is what it's saying here is just doing a bit of deduplication and making that information a bit cleaner there. So again, good quality of life update there if you're using the dependency graph pieces. And next up, we have, in case you missed it, improvements to the changelog experience. As you can see here, we're very different UI and kind of way of working with the changelog. So the look and feel is similar to Git.com. Posts categorized into the 3 categories. So new releases, improvements, products or things that have been retired. And then all posts are now grouped into a new set of 12 curated tags you can use as filters. Posts are now grouped into months for easy viewing and archived into years for reference. Great. So, that's all part of the effort to try and make it easier to keep up to date, to understand what is coming and get access to that. So there you go. What else have we got? Scheduled Codespaces maintenance on May the 7th and May the 8th. So that is yesterday and today. So maintenance begins in Europe, Asia, and Australia regions. Once complete, maintenance will start in the US regions. It will take approximately 3 to 4 hours to complete. Users may experience intermittent connectivity issues. Okay, fine. So if you're using Codespaces today, you might just hit some of that. So be aware of that if you are using that. Right, the Dependabot metrics page in private preview helps GitHub Advanced Security code security users prioritize their vulnerabilities. Yeah, this is kind of cool. So if you think about you've got an existing project and maybe you inherited it, maybe it's just one that technical debt has built up, and you've got a load of dependencies which are outdated. Some of them may have vulnerabilities, some of them may not. Where do you start when you're trying to prioritize those? Because it can be kind of overwhelming. You might have tens, hundreds, even thousands, depending on how many repositories you have in that state. So when you think about it from the security team's point of view, their focus is how do we clear down all of those alerts? And then for development teams, it's, how do we prioritize those against all of the efforts that we've got on our backlog? So the collective problem everyone's trying to solve there is how do we prioritize all of this stuff? That's kind of what we're trying to solve for. And so what you see here is there's a tile now in private preview. So I guess not broadly available yet. But where you can start prioritizing your alerts based on the CVSS score, so the Common Vulnerability Scoring System, and that helps you understand how severe that issue is. So if someone exploited it, what's the potential damage that it could do? Then the EPSS, so the Exploit Prediction Scoring System, how likely is it someone's going to go and impact that? So how easy is it? How common is it? Et cetera, et cetera. And then if a patch is available as well, because if there's not a patch available for that dependency yet, no point prioritizing it. So, maybe no point prioritizing. I guess you could potentially refactor to another package if there's maybe an older package version or something like that. So, these kind of 3 factors then help you start building up that plan in terms of how do you burn down all of those alerts that are coming. So I'm a big fan of this. I really like that they're kind of building these capabilities and these kind of foundations to allow you to work how you want to go and work and give you the tools to do that. So again, great quality of life update. Looking forward to seeing that one come out there as well. Right. Oh, this is interesting. I hadn't seen this one yet. Copilot Code Review now supports all languages in public preview. It now supports all programming languages in public preview. This has been one of the most common requests from users. Previously, it was limited to a select number of languages. Copilot now provides AI-powered feedback on any programming language used in a PR. This helps streamline code reviews with intelligent suggestions and contextual feedback across the entire code base. Great. don't think we need to explain any more on that one. That is, again, lots of great quality of life updates this week. And there we go. Yes, this is a good one to call out. So, some of you may have seen, I guess within the last few weeks or the last month or so, there was an announcement about some changes coming to Copilot and, this introduction of Copilot premium requests. What it looks like from this update is that enforcement of those premium request limits is moving until June the 4th. So I think it was originally supposed to be sometime in May, but it's now kind of pushing back by the looks of it. So our goal is to make it easy for you to see how many premium requests you're using and give you control of your limits and potential expenses. Until June the 4th, you can continue using premium models as you have while we improve visibility controls. So starting in late May, you'll see your premium request usage in VS Code, Visual Studio, JetBrains IDs, and on GitHub.com. This will show your usage, but won't trigger billing or enforcement at this time. And then beginning June the 4th, limits will take effect for all Copilot users. You'll start spending your premium requests. If you want to go over your limit, you'll have the option to enable pay per request in the settings. So just FYI, it was supposed to be in May. I think that changed. It looks like they delayed it a bit just to allow for some of that visibility and getting used to seeing that in the ID, etc. there by the looks of it. So June the 4th, keep that date in mind if you're using some of those premium models there. And that is the changelog for this week. So, and my camera's frozen. That didn't take long, did it? There we go. I'm back. Hello. It's glorious the amount of times my camera freezes and some of the poses that I strike. So hopefully that wasn't frozen for too long. If you spot that, please let me know. I do try and keep watching the chat. Don't really like looking at myself though when I'm streaming. I'm sure many of us don't. It's a bit off-putting. But anyway, so yeah, good updates. This week, lots of good quality of life updates. Let's just take a look and see what is going on in the chat. Oh, let me see. There you go, having a lovely time with the UK weather. Well, yes, Lavi, it's kind of cloudy here today. It was very nice and sunny over the past few weeks. Today, a bit more overcast, but it's okay. It's a bit of cloud cover, but nevertheless, it's not raining. That's what we take from it. Hi, Matthew from Malta. Welcome. Hello from Israel. Hello from Ukraine. Hello from planet Earth. I would have been worried if you said like the moon or Mars or like Venus or something like that. So yes, thank you for joining us from planet Earth. We appreciate you. Hello. And hello, hey everyone. Hello from Cameroon. And Shifa merged a PR but didn't get any badge. Might need a bit more context or a bit more info on that. Not sure what you mean. Are you expecting? Yeah, what are you expecting to happen there? What projects are you working on, and what kind of badge? It's quite a broad question, so just help me out a little bit there. Get back in the chat and let me know. Hello. Don't know where you're from, Italy, but hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Mahaba from Turkey, thank you for joining again. And good. So, let me bring back up the screen and let me do this. So, hopefully many of you have been tuning in over the past few weeks, and if not, you definitely should start tuning in. The we've been working on a game. Well, I say a game. We've been working on a GitHub CLI extension. Let me go back full screen a sec. We've been working on a GitHub CLI extension to play games in the CLI. And I was previously doing that on like my own profile, so Chris Reddington /gh game. Where now, if you go to the link just here, so gh.io/gh game, you will get taken to this repo. So we now, I got it transferred and moved across to the GitHub samples organization. You may have seen us a few times in the past using this org. So we've got some kind of walkthroughs on there. We've got some different samples and workshops and things, and we're kind of building that one out. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be kind of closing, if you like, the code on my profile, and then we'll carry on working on it from here. Done a bit of updates since last week. So there are a few things that we did. And again, just in case anyone has not been tuning in, we built a coin toss game. We got a higher or lower game that we built last week. We've got rock, paper, scissors. Got tic-tac-toe. And we got word guess as well. So what I wanted to do, what I figured we'd start off with here, I'm just going to check something before I start running, is we're going to install that new extension first off. But I'm just going to configure a couple of things on my system, make sure they're all good. Good. Okay. So I think if I now bring across my my terminal, there we go. So you can see that I've got a few different extensions already installed. I've got the GitHub Copilot extension, I've got GH Game, I've got GitHub Models, and I've got the Skyline extension as well. And so you can see right now that the extension that we've got installed for the GH Game is version 0.0.3, and it's on my old repo, right? So if we go and to GH Game, you can see we've got coin toss, and there's some kind of bugs in there that we're duplicating some of the entry points in the listing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to uninstall GH Game. Oops, sorry, not uninstall, remove GH Game. There we go. And instead, we're going to install gh-sample GitHub-samples. That's my org. GH-game. There we go. That's better. Right. And now when we go and list them, you can see that we now got version 0.0.4, and it's now from that repo instead. The fun bit about this is that release I did literally when we were going live with the stream. So when the countdown was on, I was just sat behind the scenes, and I was like, let's go and push the new release up, because I realized I hadn't pushed up those new ones yet. So there we go. So now if we run GH Game, you can see we've got the coin toss, we've got higher or lower, rock, paper, scissors, tic-tac-toe, and word guess. So it is tradition on this show that we play a game of coin toss. And I'm going to be honest, the past few that we've done have not been very good. Like, we're not getting over one guess right. So, in the chat, I would love for you to say heads or tails, and then depending on what order I see them come in, we will try that, and we will see how long our luck goes by crowdsourcing and randomly saying heads and tails. Because clearly, I am very unlucky. So let's um let's see how we get on, shall we? Right. I've already seen some answers coming in. So right now I see heads, tails, heads. Thanks to the folks over on Twitch, you're winning and absolutely holding W. Um, can you answer questions in the chat? 100%. Please do. We are all here to learn. We are all here to ask questions, etc. And I will do my best to kind of carry on doing stuff on screen and coming back to the questions as well. But please do. Okay. No time like the present. Coin toss heads. Oh, good job. Tails. Oh, oh. Well, we got to two. We got to two. Um, that's been better than the last few, I will say. But what you will also see when we look at GH Game, if you didn't tune in last week, we've added a few more. So we've got a higher or lower game, and we've got a word guess game. If we do GH higher or lower, was it higher, lower, or higher or lower? And it was GH Game, higher, lower. There we go. So the numbers range from 1 to 100. Starting number is 42. I think we need to go higher. Now it's 58. I think we need to go lower. Now it's 18. Higher. 90. It's got to be lower, surely. Higher than 30? Higher than 34? Oh, 53. That's very close. Lower. Good. 22. We got a final streak of 8. So again, kind of similar, kind of fun little game just on the CLI. We got another one called Word Guess as well. So welcome to Word Guess, guess the GitHub related term. So we've got 6 guesses and it's a 7-letter word. I'm going to do my normal tactic. Uh-oh. That's not looking good. We lost half of our guesses. And now it should be GitHub themed. I'm going to go with like an S, a T, or an R, I think. Uh-oh. Protect, you think? Well, the T's already been used, though. Project, yes, they're very good. Very good, Sunny Dev. We got there. So, you can see what we're doing here, right? It's all completely fun, but it kind of shows the power that you have with the GitHub CLI and that you can make these extensions and then kind of distribute through this kind of extension, GitHub CLI approach. So what I figured we'd do first is maybe make another quick game. I've got an idea for one. And then I want to show you the thing I started doing on Friday, because I think it was pretty cool. Completely unrelated to this. Completely unrelated to this. And yeah, so let's try that out first. So switching across to my code and bringing that back up on screen. I'm going to bring myself really small there. I'm going to hide the banner just so we've got a lot of screen real estate. Okay. So you can see here I was using my good friend Copilot to help me with some suggestions and some ideas. And what I figured we could do is like that kind of memory sequence game. So where like it kind of flashes up with like a red, a yellow, a blue, a green. I was thinking something like that. And maybe you have a certain amount of lives and you go on until the lives are over. So when you get to a certain level, it can you can try it again, maybe once or twice, depending on how many lives you've got left. So that's what I was thinking. So with that, let me first just recap some things from last week. Last week, we spent a lot of time focusing on our custom instructions. And I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see those really clearly. Um, Custom instructions are really useful to help guide Copilot in like how we want its responses to look. So in here, we say, right, this is a GitHub CLI extension. It's written in Go, allows players to play various games, built using Go. The GitHub CLI extension framework leverages the Cobra command library, etc. And then we specify our code standards. So, tests must pass by using Go test and that kind of recursive call. We must format the code. Linting has got to pass. Keep updating the docs, like readmes and things. Verify new game follows the established patterns. And follow the Go idioms. Use Go docs. So we're being really detailed in here about how what the standards are, giving Copilot a bit of guidance about the structure of the repository, and the guidelines it should then go and follow as well. So user experience being very clear, adding games as subcommands, etc. So in the early stages of us building with Copilot, we didn't really have that because we've kind of established those standards as we've gone. With existing projects, we probably have some existing materials like coding guidelines for our dev teams. So things like that you could start using maybe as context for your Copilot instructions file. Now, this will all get fed into any chat that any request that I send to Copilot here in chat and in agent mode and in edits. So in this chat pane on the right-hand side. So what I want to do is I'm going to kind of build a little bit of a spec up on how I want it to go and work, because I want to try and get it as right as I can the first time around. So I need to think through what I want to implement here. So I want to implement a memory game that will be a name or game in the CLI. In fact, actually, no. I want to implement a memory game that allows the user to test their memory in a fun way. Here are my requirements. 1. The game must be called memory game when the user invokes it as a subcommand. 2. The game must allow the user to pick the number of lives they have from the pre-selected option of 0, 1, 3. Sure. The game must... How's this going to work, actually, now I think about it? Will memory game work? Because normally you have to kind of show and make the output disappear. Let's see how this goes, because maybe it won't work. The game must provide the user with a combination in each round. The game provides the user with a sequence. That's the word I'm looking for. That throws each round. For example, round 1 starts with 3, round 2 is 4, etc. Until the user runs out of lives. The sequence the user has to remember should be made up of the colors red, yellow, green, and blue. The sequence cannot remain on screen and must disappear somehow before the user can select a sequence from the possible options. Please start by outlining your plan and letting me know if you have any questions. Let's try something like that. A bit of a different approach here. I'm trying to kind of think through the spec a little bit and what that will look like. And then saying, right, let me know what you think it is, but let me know if you have any questions as well. Because then I might not have been as clear as I thought I was. So it gives us a chance to course correct. The command structure, adds new subcommands, that looks good. Place the command implementation there, game logic there, good. User selects number of lives, exactly what I wanted. The pre-selecting library, red, yellow, green, blue. Start with 3, increase by 1 each round. Display the sequence to the user for a short period, and clear, hide it, good. Prompt the user to input the sequence by selecting colors, good. I need to be clear on that. If the user is correct, proceed to the next round, sequence grows. Yeah. In the game on average is 0. How should the user input sequence after it disappears? Amazing. That was one of the things as I was reading through the spec that I thought maybe I wasn't clear enough on that, and it's just that's the follow-up question. So, one, I would like them to select from a pre-defined list. I think it's using the Cobra library. Okay. How long should the sequence be displayed before it appears? Should this be configurable? 3 seconds, not configurable. Should there be a maximum round sequence, or is it endless until the user fails? Let's set a max of 100, because why not? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to Claude 3.7 Sonnet as well here. And now let's go. So thank you for clarifying those. We'll see how we get on. Let me jump back to the chat. So, full spirit, you expect to see a lightsaber at the end of the stream. You can see many of them right here. You can see many of them. Yes, I am a fan. I'm just gonna stop that a sec because it looks like it's something there. Let me try again, different model just in case. There we go. We'll see how we get on with that. Not sure what you're saying in the chat there, Jasper. If you wanted to come back, rephrase the question, or just be a bit clearer on what you're asking there, that'd be great. How would you have had the Big Bad Node PTY failed to install error? Or what exactly, Team Craziness? Installing what? Not quite following the question there. Maybe I missed some context or something earlier. Right, so let's see what we've got here. So this is the internal implementation for Memory Game. So we've imported math runs. We've got some kind of timed package there. We've got some types for the colors. We've got the game struct there. So we've got our lives, current round, max round, sequence. Nice, yeah. Displaying the time and available colors. Create a new game, max round is 100, current round is 1. Display time is 3 times just a second. Available colors is that. I'm just going to bring chat off the screen a sec so we can review without the distractions. Okay, So we've got a method for generating the sequence. We've got a method for checking the user's inputs against the sequence. Okay. Got a decrement lies function, a next round function, and an is game over function. That all seems reasonable so far. Let's go look at the tests and let's just check what came back. So I created the game. Now let's create a test file. Okay, so let me go and look at that. We'll test a new game starting with 0 lives, with 1 life, and 3 lives. And basically just checking that that's correct, that the number of lives is accurate. Generate sequence. Round 1 should have 3 colors. Then checking the sequences. Red, blue, green. Red, blue, green should be correct. Yeah, wrong length. Good. Test is game over. If we have an active game, what are we checking here? So if we have an active game, we've got 3 lives and we've done 1 round, then the game shouldn't be over because the game's still active. If we've got no lives left, we're in round 1, then because we've got no lives left, the game should be over. And if we've reached 101 rounds, which shouldn't be possible in theory, but we should, get that the game is over. Good. Okay. And then what have we got over here? So use the color red, yellow, green. The implementation uses Cobra, bubble tea, standard Go test buttons. Let me know if you'd like me to run the tests. I'm just curious what's going on over here. I was going to say, I'm not sure I had it as a package, bubble tea, actually. Yeah. Let me do this. Uh-oh. There we go. Let me remove that line. The top. I'm going to switch over again to say GPT 4.1. Sorry, I didn't really specify my requirements. They're not actually using the package. I'm using lipgloss, so perhaps please can you refactor memory game top go, which is in the CMD. There we go. Right, let me catch up here. Yeah, so there is an RSS feed, Hassan. So you can go and access the GitHub changelog via the RSS feed. So you could do something like that, integrating into CI/CD pipelines or Slack bots or whatnot. So that's something that you could go and do. Using node dependencies in your extensions application that requires node PTY, the version and source npm. So if you're talking about the GitHub CLI extension team craziness, the way I'm getting around it is I'm not using JavaScript. Mine is built using Go. So that would be how. Morning, Nets. Yes, we are playing with agents. We are building a memory games, like the red, blue, yellow, green kind of thing. So that's what we're trying out here. Got it. You're talking about a VS Code extension, right? I'm not sure. I haven't built a VS Code extension yet, so not sure anyone else in the chat might have a suggestion, same craziness for you. But yeah, that'll be my thought. Right, let's have a look here. So we've added a few things using lip gloss instead, doing quite a big refactor. Clear screen. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, good. It's picked up some things there too. Okay. I mean, if I review this, we've got a clear screen, it's looking at the runtime, and it's just clearing the terminal there. Select the number of lives, choose the number of lives. Life options as 0, 1, or 3. 0 is hardcore mode, good. Right. Yeah, so it's then bringing in the colors in for us. Okay. And enter the sequence. But I don't want to type it in. Maybe that got lost. But let's see. Maybe the comment is just a bit off there. Let's see what we get. GH game, memory game. No, that's not how I want it to be. Okay. So we need some refactoring, please. Needs to refactor. Please see the our earlier conversation and look at how other examples work in the code base. The user should not have to type in any information. Instead, should be able to use a prompt selector to help with accessibility. Can't spell. There we go. Now, let's see. Oh, let's see. So, based on your request, you want to refactor memory games that user inputs and via prompt selector, exactly that. Here are the most relevant code examples. Yeah, we do it in high and lower, exactly right. We do it in tic-tac-toe. We kind of do it in word guess. I think there's a lot more typing in word guess from memory. In coin toss, we definitely do it. Prompt interface. Yeah, this is how you want to go and use it. And that's kind of what threw me seeing the buff.io package in there, actually. Wasn't expecting to see that. So yeah, what it's doing now, I guess, is it's going and reading how other files are working to build up that context, and then going ahead and going to give us a new example. Let's see. Please. One last working, I am just curious if we do run that. Okay, 0 lives, you game over straight away. Good. I mean, that is hardcore. Oh, uh-oh. I did not pay attention. Oh no. I forgot what the combination was. Red, green. Nah, this is wrong. Anyway, let's see what Copilot came back with. To match the accessibility in UX of the other games, memory games should use, yeah, the package prompter. Ah, that was my fault then. I think I said about it using something else and I threw it off course. That was me. That's my bad. Package for all user selections. So choosing a number of lives. Fascinating. We're now starting to get some duplication. Are we? No, we're not. I just can't remember what is where. Because it would make sense to have the clear screen in the CMD folder because it's like our presentation layer. Anyway, right, to match that, import the prompt class now. It's got those strings and other pieces. Place manual input with a select prompt for each color in the sequence. Prompt the user will select menu for the color options. Remove the FMT scan. Yeah, in fact, okay, good. And I'm just going to have a quick scan through, taking a look at that. So 1 to 3. Obviously, I don't think the 0 case will change because that's a bug in our implementation. But let's go and build that. Red, yellow, green. Red, yellow, green. Good. Yellow, 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 red. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Blue, yellow, blue, red, green. Blue, yellow, blue, red, green. Okay. Now I'm going to deliberately fail. It'd be nice for it to fail the moment you get one wrong, or you lose the life when you get one wrong. So the check needs to come in earlier. Okay. And I assume then if we do that, yeah, okay. There are a couple of bugs that we need to work through. One, if the user selects 0 lives and it instantly ends the game. Which I guess makes sense actually now I think about it. I just want to do 1, 2, 3 as the game option, as the live options. Like that's all I need to do there. 1 live, hardcore mode, 2 lives. Look at this. I love next edit suggestions popping up and going, yeah. There you go. So let's make the middle the default option because then you can easily go between one or the other instead. Okay. So the bug then that we need to fix is when the user there is the bug that we need to work through. When a user selects a color option, that is the point to check the lives would happen, not at the end of the round. That way, the user has an opportunity very fast and retry that same round. Then you implement the fix, but also make sure to test for this use case first. Thanks. Okay. So let me check back in. Failed to mention the extension gives limited options for programming languages. TypeScript is the best option for this particular project. Yeah, so I'm not familiar with VS Code extensions really, I'm afraid, Team Craziness. It's not something I've thought about doing. I just haven't had the chance to do it yet. Maybe it's something we do on one of these streams, possibly. Yeah, if anyone else in the chat has some thoughts, please share. Let's see. So there's some kind of going on with our. Looks like Copilot just decided to add it to the top of the file. Huh. So I'm sure it will go and fix that now. Agent mode will detect that and update. Was it because? There we go. Now it's fixed it. What is going on? I'm going to pause. Oh, no, there we go. Right, we're getting better there now. Just going through and fixing things. Interesting, we got a duplicate of that fail on the wrong color. Right, that all looked like it got indented, fixed, I think. Okay, good. Yeah. Did it actually change the implementation? I didn't see that. Ah, there we go. How is the test passing? I guess it's written the test based on the current implementation. And again, I probably wasn't too clear. I'll update the game logic in memory games after each color section. If the user picks the wrong color, they immediately lose a life. I'm prompted to retry the same round. Okay. So, while that is going, we talk about something different for a moment and what I was working on Friday. In fact, let me show you. Let me show you instead. I'm always a fan of going not telling. Did anyone tune in for GitHub Universe last year? So 2024, October time, end of October. In the keynote, you may have seen this demo of Copilot Airways, and this was kind of used to show some of the new things like agent mode was there. I think we had multi-model support. No, agent mode wasn't there, sorry. It was chats and edits, and multi-model was all there. Anyway, this was the app that we used. And I've been doing a bit of work just to kind of update the app, add a few new functionalities so we can do some more demos and things on it. And, it's come a bit of a way. We couldn't book flights before. We couldn't do things like find my booking either. So now we could go and add my name in, for example. Reddington, there we go. And we get like a fake kind of booking and things like that. So there's, deliberately things that I need to go and fix in here because we want to use it for demos to show, how you could go and use Copilot for some of this stuff. But see here, we've got this kind of drop down and things as well. So Microsoft Build's coming out in a couple of weeks. So maybe I'm flying from San Francisco to New York. We got a nice little, kind of setup here. So Mona Lisa, it's just always the demo example I give. We've got some nice validation in here as well. So Mona, notice how it comes up with the visa property there as well. So all of that was thanks to Copilot there, actually. There we go. So anyway, you get the point. There's a fun little extension or kind of pieces that we've added to that app. And what I was thinking was, I would love to just see how would it work if we wanted to convert that into an iOS app. How would that work? And Friday afternoon, I've got more than enough work to do, but that's the time where your brain starts thinking, I wonder what if I did this, how could this work? How could I try? So, what I did was I asked Copilot to help me. And so I'm in Visual Studio Code here, and you can see what I'm doing is kind of prompting Copilot to help me write that stuff. So the web version was built in Next.js. I want a native iOS app. I was saying, right, you've got all the macOS command line tools, like from Xcode and things like that. Understand how the code base is currently implemented in Next.js. Build a plan, create a scaffolded app, then implement that functionality like for like. Very explicitly, do not write any code. I just want that plan. The Copilot came back and gave me that plan, which was good, but I wanted to be able to copy that into the markdown in a nice way, so I could paste it back into the box. So eventually, I figured a prompt that I could get it to paste it in a code block for me. And you can see it's fairly detailed there, right? It's kind of what we just said. So go and analyze the code base, review the structure, identify the major features. Those are what they are. Plan the structure out, scaffold the new application, implement the functionality, update the docs, and then the end result should be this. And well, let me see here. Was it this one? Yeah, here we go. So what was funny when I was doing this, I think it took about 45 minutes in the end. And it did a really good job. It got me to a first kind of starting point. Um, Worked through this plan, iterated on things. You can see it was reading the TypeScript stuff. It was then going and updating things, etc., planning the structure, whatnot. So then, copying, converting assets where it made sense, like the images and things like that. Copying some of the JSON, like data things that I have behind the scenes, and creating the Swift equivalents of those, so the UI for that. And what was funny was halfway through, there we go, my laptop died. So I was just running it all, and my laptop died. So all I did was, powered my laptop back up, plugged it in, opened up the session where I got this error, and said, right, please continue. And then Copilot carried on where it left off. And you can see, reading through those files, iterating on things, etc., etc., etc. To the extent it then started doing things like Xcode Gen, which I think is like a open source project. And I've got to say, by the way, my knowledge of iOS is back in the Objective-C days. It's been a while since I've touched stuff. I haven't really written Swift or anything like that. So this was just a really interesting exercise. Anyway, long story short, it was able to kind of go all the way to the point of getting us to get things running. So what I figured is I will show you that. And I've got a conversation that I started earlier today. What I'm going to do, first off, is I'm just going to bring my iPhone simulator next to VS Code. So there we go. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of this conversation a moment. And I'm just going to say, please can you run this app? So I've deliberately, what's it done there? I think it's gone and built something for us while I had things offline. Anyway, what I've got behind the scenes is another Copilot custom instructions file. So similar to the other one that we saw, iOS project, repository structure, development guidelines, what's required before each commit, using Swift UI, UI design, etc. But I've also got this section about only test on simulators, don't install new ones unless absolutely necessary. I should say don't install or boot up new ones. There we go. Use the terminal commands, etc. Well, now you'll see in here what it's going to do. It's going to help us run that up. I'm going to go and continue that. So it'll go and run that in terminal, list the devices that are out there, which there's a lot shut down. There is one booted. Now, hopefully it should detect which one is booted. There we go. I see you have an iPhone 16 simulator that's already booted because I said in these commands, I want it to check that it's booted. I don't want it to start spinning up loads of simulators. So there we go. Perfect for running our app. Let's build and run the app on the simulator. I'm going to go to this new page here because that's where it'll pop up. Give it a moment. Taking a moment to build. Let me look back in the questions. Let me see. There is a Swift extension of VS Code for iOS apps. Ah, great. Thanks, Tim Craziness. I will have to take a look at that. Swift. Oh, I'll have to take a look at that. Okay, so build succeeded. We'll let that run in a moment. What do you think about putting this deep context awareness, analyze typo-based PR feedback and external tools? Well, Hassan, I think that's kind of there, right? What you're asking, like that is this. This is agent mode. And now with the amount of effort going into model context protocol across the industry, I think that's kind of what you're saying there is, those integrations via model context protocol, via MCP. So I think this is how you would do it, to be honest. Is there a link to the custom instructions file? I am literally setting up one now for a test product. Yes, Sody Dev. I will. I'll show you the one not for this project, but I'll show you one for gh-game. If you go to gh.io/gh-game and you go to the .github folder, you'll see the Copilot instructions file in there. And I try and structure mine similarly with that kind of framework because it seems to work kind of well from what I've been finding with some recent projects. So try that out, see how you get on. I'll show you it again in a sec. But anyway, right, install the app. There we go. We're installing Copilot Airways onto the simulator. And now go and run it. We get our nice little splash screen there. And there we go. We've got our app. It's not like beautiful yet. And, that's fine. Because it was able to kind of take that Next.js app and scaffold out this, right? So I can come down, we've got SFO to NYC, we can go and search for the flights, and there's a little bug there where I have to click it twice. There we go, we can see the different options, and we can go and select that there, and again, a bug there that I need to go and fix. The booking details, again, a little bug in here I need to go and fix as well. Travel guide, which is nice, kind of takes that like for like from the site, and then the profiling as well, and looking kind of upcoming flights and things like that. And so, yes, there are things I need to go and fix. Like I need to kind of apply the styling a bit more and make it like that purple theme that we've got on the website. Need to fix a few bugs, but to translate from like Next.js to this Swift app in kind of, I guess it was about 45 minutes. And then I've done a bit of prompting afterwards to get it here. I was impressed. It was a fun kind of Friday afternoon. So this is something that I will be kind of continuing to work on. But just wanted to go and show that and show another example of how these agent mode and these custom instructions can work. So let me jump back anyway to what we were talking about earlier, which was this memory game. And to your point, Surly Dev, here we go. If you go to, and I'll bring it up on the screen. There we go. ch.io/ch.game. If you go into the .github folder, you'll find the Copilot instructions file. To your question, why did I put it in the .github folder? That's the convention. That's just where you have to put it for Copilot to kind of understand it, know it's there, detect it, and use it. So a bit like, for example, Dependabot YAML, or a bit like the GitHub action workflows file folder is there. These things just live in here. That's where they live. So make sure to put it in there in that .github folder, and then specify out the overview of the project, what the standards are, the development flow, so what the key commands are to run, repository structure, those key guidelines, and then that's a really decent starting point then to go from. So hope that helps. Copilot told you to find the root. Interesting. I guess it's one of those things that always got to verify what the AI tells you, right? So if you passed in as context the document for Copilot custom instructions, you'd probably find then that actually would give you a more reliable answer of putting it in that folder. Just always caution, reviewing your answers, etc. So jumping back then, let's see what Copilot gave us. So I'll update the game logic so that after each color selection, if the user picks the wrong color, they immediately lose life. Memory game now implements fail fast logic. Okay. Right, so we got the test. I don't see anything that's changed. Now I could be wrong. Oh. I'm just gonna close my terminals a sec. And reopen. Go build. GH game, manga game. Let's go one life. We'll get it wrong first time. Great. Now we do that again. 2 lives. Red, yellow, green. Red. Hey, cool. Red, yellow, green. Right. One minor thing I want to do. Oh, geez, and I didn't look at the colors. Was it red, green, blue, blue? No, it wasn't. Right. So there is one minor tweak that we should make. When the user loses a light, please show them the sequence once again. Will they have a chance at remembering it? Thanks. Right. There we go. Right, the game now shows the sequence. Good. So let's build that again. Memory game. Go 2 lives. Right, so red, red, yellow. Red, red, yellow. Good. Yellow, red, blue, blue. Yellow, red, blue, blue. Good. Right, red, green, green, red, yellow. Good. Red, green, green, red, yellow. Excellent. There we go. Green, yellow, yellow, blue, yellow, yellow. Green, yellow, yellow, blue, yellow, yellow. Blue, blue, red, blue, yellow, green, blue. Blue, blue, red, blue. Blue, blue, red, blue, yellow, green, blue. Nice, very difficult. Green, green, yellow, blue, green, blue, green. Green, 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 yellow, blue, green, blue, green. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna have to give up here because this is stressing me out a little bit. having having many people watching me try to do a memory test. Give me 1 second. There's just need to go and answer the door, so I will be just one moment here. All right, we are back, and hopefully you are hearing me. Let me know if any issues, but we'll carry on. So we have, we have a working memory game. This is cool. What I want to do though is keep all of that for a sec. I'm gonna click those. Oops. Oh, I created a branch. There we go. Make a branch. And memory game on tests. Yes, good. Great. Thank you. I can appreciate you confirming. Good. So, let me do this. Please, can you assess the test coverage memory game and where there may be gaps that you will resolve? I'd like to get it above 80% test coverage. Close these down. Oh, so yes, that is all we want to do. Oh, okay. Job done. Around 92%. Fair enough. Okay. Or maybe I'll try and get to 100. Oh, it's the next round one that is the problem. Test coverage in the memory game is 92. Do it. Here we go. And then we switch this around. There we go. Oop. Nice. Right, test next round. It's doing this thing again. Huh. We seem to have the test on the package. I think will result in a compile error. Nice. That was rapid. Love that. Although, come on. There we go. It's thinking. It's looking at it. Oh, I always use please, Bruce. Always use please. I don't know what it is. I just always use please. Thanks for the compliment there, Helen. Appreciate it. It's all about fun and good vibes on this show. So glad you're enjoying it. And if there's anything you want to see, let us know because we're always looking for feedback and input on what you all want to see. So appreciate it. Macinets, you do both usually. Oh, to both you either swore or posted a link. I see. Right. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to keep that a sec, but you package memory game. Almost like, huh? Interesting. It wasn't picked up. My custom instructions file. Have I renamed? Have I named it incorrectly? Nope. .github/copilot-instructions.md. That's correct. That's correct. I'm just going to restart that and have a little look and see what's going on there. Let's go for three sims. Right, so use the reference there. Okay. Maybe it was just a random thing I hit there. Because I also noticed it's it didn't use some of the other things that I put in there. There we go. Right. Run the test coverage. Try that again. 92.9%. Good. Great news. The memory game already has 92.9%. It exceeds the target. Whoop, whoop. But we know that already because we've been here once before. Yeah, I'm just curious. You'll do the same thing again of trying to put the tests before the package. No. Okay. We'll pass some feedback to the team on that one because that was interesting. Anyway, right. Let's add that test. Good. 100% coverage. Love it. Love it. Love it. But I am convinced that not every scenario is fully covered, and there's some kind of end-to-end or some kind of testing I need to add in there. However, this makes me more comfortable, but it seemed to work well. There is one minor nit that I do have, and that is if we go to memory game, blue knives, blue, red, red. It's the fact that each time we enter a new color, it's dropping down a line. Each line gets a color, which is fine. I think there's a way we could improve that. Let's add that test in and commit that. Oh, you can continue. Great. There is one minor UI experience tweak that I want to change. When I use it, inputting colors, sequence of colors, chosen color. Always, you can see that I'm not used to typing in American. I'm using the U in color. The chosen color is always added to a new line. This is a bit distracting, as the next selection is always a line below. It'd be great if the sequence would be updated on one line instead of each color added to a new line. Please make sure to update your tests to cover this new behavior. Okay. Actually, thinking about it, I have a feeling There's a fair amount of logic over here, actually. That probably shouldn't be in the CMD folder, which I think, again, might be where unless some of my instructions were captured earlier. But bit of a factor needed to do there because, yeah, I think there's a load of this which just isn't being tested right now. I'm thinking of the methods that were in the internal folder. They're all fairly simple. So, yeah. Interesting. That's one I'll probably update off stream, I think. Right, let's go. Ooh. Oh, because it's writing out the test. That's fine. That's fine. Is he working away on that? All right, good. Well, oh, not saved yet. It's not finished. There we go. Okay, opened up a version midway. Oops. Oh, really? What did we do? Okay, well, we'll let it fix it. But I'm thinking at this point, it's probably time for us to start thinking of wrapping up. So we'll let this finish, and then we'll do that. And then we will do that. How have you found today, folks? Has today been useful, helpful? What are you kind of taken away from this one? I was thinking maybe in the next one, maybe we can play a bit more with that iOS app. Or maybe we carry on adding more games here. Is there something you want to see? I heard a bit about VS Code extensions earlier. I have never used or built, sorry, used them. I've definitely used them, but I've never built a VS Code extension. That could be a fun angle to go for. Okay, so it's just going to cat it into that file instead. Oh, I don't like cat. Oh, it's going to cat it in at the end. No. Oh, it's going to. I'm curious. What is this going to do? Ah, so it's making the new file. Got it. The thing that I was just saying that it was doing, that it hasn't done, it's now doing. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Right, let's see then. Go builds. And oops. VHK. Memory game. Good lives. Hello, green. Hello, green. Love it. That works really nicely. Red, green, yellow. That feels a lot better to me. But I would like it not to reset the user's position. But anyway, that's a minor thing that I can go look up. So I'm going to stop that there because yeah, we need to wrap up. Let's add that in there. I'm going to go and work on that at some point before the next stream. And push. There we go. Oh, we didn't publish it yet, did we? Of course we didn't. There we go. Let's go do that. I'll create a PR later. Oh, there we go. We did the changelog. We then decided to build the memory game, which interestingly had a few twists and turns along the way, which was fun. Then we took a bit of an interlude. We looked at Copilot Airways, the app that we used for demos at GitHub Universe last week. And then I showed you how I used Copilot to help me convert it from a Next.js app into an iOS app written in Swift. We used Copilot Agent Mode to run the app in the simulator. Maybe next week we build upon that, perhaps a little bit. Or build some more games. Let me know what you think. But I really wanted to focus on custom instructions the last couple of weeks because they're just so powerful. In terms of guiding how Copilot responds to you. So I think, if you take one thing away, try out custom instructions, folks. Try it on your own kind of project, see how you get on, figure out what those instructions are. And again, if you go to gh.io/gh-game, and that'll take you to the repository for what we're building here with the GitHub CLI extension. And you can see the customs instructions that we got up there. Please take a look at that. Otherwise, I wish you an amazing Thursday. There will be more Rubber Duck Thursdays later today. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out our LinkedIn from the times because they're all listed there. I think we have them on the calendar on Twitch as well. And otherwise, Open Source Fridays tomorrow. And I will see you next week for another Rubber Duck Thursdays. So, bye for now, folks.